Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our RimWorld Warhammer 40k Let's Play. So, I kind of messed up in the last episode. We were able to finally get the caravan back here without starving. I've made a lot of mistakes, actually. So, first off, by rescuing the refugee and not capturing her, basically, as soon as she was healed, well, not as soon as she was healed, but she healed up on the way back, and then as soon as we arrived here, she went back to her original tribe. I should have captured her, which would have given us an opportunity to recruit her once we arrived here. Unfortunately, I didn't do that, so again, when we finally arrived, she left. She may come back and decide to join us later, but she didn't decide to join us now. Anyways, that whole thing is no longer an issue now. I still haven't had a chance to check out the names you guys have suggested for Rosales, so if you have submitted them, don't worry. If you haven't, you still have a chance. I'm recording these in a batch, so it's been probably 20 minutes since I recorded the last episode, and I've just been letting time run. While we build stuff. I've queued up construction of all the walls in this area that we've planned out. My hope is that we can get the bedrooms done fairly soon. I probably should have done those first, and then everything else later. But my hope is that we can get the bedrooms done soon, so that we can move everybody into their own bedroom. They don't mind the barracks so much. For example, let's see. They like the spacious interior. The beds are comfortable. They like the barracks was slightly impressive or something, but they don't like the fact that they have to share it. And then, of course, they get their sleep interrupted a lot because of all the people living here together. So the sooner we can get them in their own bedrooms, the better. And then we'll be able to put Zima and Bragg into a shared bedroom too, which will make them both happier. So that's the goal moving forward. Also, regarding our crops out here, blight has just taken the entire thing. So I've prevented them from planting any further, and I'm just going to let the blight run its course. And once it's all gone, we'll replant. But I'm not going to sit here and cut plant for every single one of these. It's just way too tedious, and I can't double click it to select it. It just does everything, and if I try to rubber band box it, it just selects the zone. So unfortunately, we're just gonna have to let that run its course. We weren't relying on that for food, so it's not that big a deal. I was hoping that this would eventually be a nice food source for our cows, but that never really materialized. So hopefully, once this blight stuff is taken care of, we can get rid of it. And then you may notice there are some dogs running around. We had 2 huskies show up in self-tame. That seems to be a fairly common event in RimWorld. But anyways, we have Angus, the male husky, and there she is, Marble, the female husky. They like to eat potatoes, apparently. I've gone ahead and done obedience training for both. And then we're going to do rescue and hauling training as well. I don't know that I'm going to bother with release, because I don't want to use them as attack animals. I don't want to risk them getting injured. So I'd rather they just, help out by moving stuff around for us. Or if it does come to a fight, I prefer they just focus on rescuing people rather than, trying to jump into a gunfight with just their teeth. That doesn't seem ideal. So, yeah, we have huskies now. We still have cows. They're around. I let the cows, again, roam freely because they eat the grass that grows on the map. As scarce as it is, they apparently get by. And these gazelle, I'm thinking about just going ahead and killing them, because I don't think we're going to be able to tame them, and it wouldn't hurt to have some extra meat. Although we could also use some extra refrigerators, because we're producing a lot of meals, and I think they're starting to spoil a bit. I think everybody ate the fine ones, but we have a bunch of simple meals now. So I'm thinking of maybe making another double refrigerator. I think it's one of these, and we'll put it down here or something. it's not like we have a shortage of power or anything. And that way, we're not potentially wasting food. So I'll queue one of those up. They should build it pretty quickly because we have plenty of resources. I've been having Remy just cut blocks because we need, a lot of limestone to get these walls done. So that's pretty much all he's doing right now. And in fact, I should probably up that priority for him because I was having to manually make him do it, but that would be crafting. So let's get the clock running. People should start waking up any second here. I have fixed the helmets, or at least I think I have, but because I haven't restarted the game yet, it's not reflecting the new texture. But I did shift the helmet over slightly and widen it a little bit. So it shouldn't overlap with their faces like that, and it shouldn't look like he put it on sideways or something. But that will probably show up in the next episode, because again, I need to restart the game for that to take effect. Alright, we got some milk in here, that's good. The milk has been a godsend, because we haven't really been able to hunt. Other than the gazelle migration that we dealt with earlier, where these guys came from. We haven't really had much, if any, meat. But we've been able to use the milk as animal products toward fine meals, and it's really gotten us by so far. We also have a ton of steel laying around that nobody seems to want to bother with. And I wish they would... Oh, we've got a bulk goods trader. I guess they just decided to show up. We don't have anywhere for them to stay, so they probably will never come back. But, sure, why not? Let's see. So Jen is the one we want to talk to. She's the leader, apparently, so we need to negotiate with her. But yeah, when they milk the cows, they just kind of leave the milk out in the desert, and it tends to spoil. So I wish they wouldn't do that, but that seems to be what they decide to do, so I can't really help it. Looks like Halleck is harvesting more rice as if we needed more food. Oh, by the way, we finished the microelectronics research, so we have access to the high-tech research bench now. I've gone ahead and started the basic Imperial construction. That's going to take a while, and then I queued a high-tech research bench. I don't know when they'll get around to it, but I think what's limiting us right now is components. We do have some laying around the map, but we're going to need to mine out more. Let's see. In fact, any compacted machinery I see, I should probably queue up mining of. I believe there was some over here. Yeah, that's been queued up for a while. They just don't seem to want to go deal with it. And then I'll queue that up as well, but I am wary of... You know what, do this instead. I'm very wary of going into these caves. Unless we're going in as like a team effort. Let's see. Oh, that's a skeleton. Okay. Well, Remy, you might need to take a break because I think you're our negotiator. Uh-oh. Local iguana. What's it gonna do? Oh, it's coming at us. Alright, Remy. Drop that thing, but I need you to go talk to Jen real quick. I also have a mod, by the way, that allows you to dismiss traders. So I think once we've negotiated with them, I might just dismiss them so I don't have to worry about not having anywhere to house them. Okay. So, right. I'm probably... they're not going to give me a whole lot for that. But generally, if you don't have like a minimum of 50 of a type of fabric, you may as well just sell it. But in this case, they're not really willing to pay me very much. Let's see. All of these clothes can get sold. They're all dead man's clothes anyways. Cloth pants, why not? So that gets me, what, 54. They don't want any of this stuff, unfortunately. Ooh, an arcade. We don't have a ton of money to work with here. I'm not worried about furniture. We can make our own furniture. They have cartridges for video game stuff. Paradigm. We could buy cloth from them. I don't know if that's a good price or not. Neutroamine. Now that's interesting because you need that in order to craft certain drugs, and you cannot produce neutroamine yourself. So it is an interesting thought of maybe buying it, but I don't have the ability to craft drugs. It would take us a while before we would get that ability, and so I'm not convinced that that's worth it. I could again buy a bunch of cloth, but I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, I can start growing cloth whenever I want. It's just we don't really need it. This is still tempting. I just don't know how I would store it. And then, like, what would we do with it until we had the research? It's really tempting though, because I don't know when we'll get another bulk goods trader, and we may not have another opportunity to buy stuff for a long time. But then again, we may not be able to use it for a long time. So I don't know. I think I'm just gonna take the money for the clothes and call it there. Yeah, we don't really have anything to sell, so we'll accept that. And then where the hell did Jen go? There you are. We're gonna go ahead and dismiss you. So they're leaving. See you guys. It was a nice 5 seconds of talking to you, but we got more important business. I like that mod a lot. If you've watched our Star Wars playthrough, we had a caravan almost destroy our base by we're in that playthrough. If you're not following it, we're playing on an ice sheet, so everything's frozen, nothing grows, and the temperature is like minus 40 Celsius all the time. And the traders kept coming and going from our base, leaving the door open, or constantly opening it, and so it flooded our base with cold air to the point where like our main area dropped to the ambient temperature outside, which is like minus 40. And so we were having a real issue with like hypothermia because our characters... What is she doing? Why are you cowering? What's happening? Hold on. Combat. That was a long time ago. Social. Trained husky. I'm confused now. Why would you be cowering? Did something attack you? I have no idea. That's really strange. Zima need... Oh! They're running from that. Zima, can you kill it? Just deal with it. What's your health looking like? Oh, it actually tore you up pretty good. Ooh, more cargo pods. What do we get? Jade? Alright, that's interesting. Let's get it inside. I don't know what we're gonna do with it. I guess we can make art out of it or something. Can you please kill that thing? Oh god. This is an absolute disaster. I need you to come help. Alright, we got it, we got it. Let's make sure we butcher that. You need to go get treated. I mean, he roughed you up pretty good for an iguana. Yeah, you go back to what you were doing. Why are you just standing there? Oh, because I didn't undraft you. Yeah, go jump in bed. We'll have somebody treat you. Oh, we're being raided. I'm not too concerned with this bunch. They've got rudimentary stuff. Like, we're dealing with a bunch of tribals. I don't think they're ever going to be much of a threat. So, Spider. Vengeful Child. Wow, you're actually pretty proficient in at least these skills. You're kind of worthless for everything else. So, 36, incapable of caring, neurotic, optimist, and night owl. He's very proficient in all combat skills, as well as competent in social, and very, very good at dealing with animals. Not somebody that we particularly need, but if the opportunity arises, might be worth trying to bring him on. Then we have Wally. I feel like we just see the same names over and over again. Like, not Spider, but his full name is Minoka, which we've already seen like twice in this playthrough. And then we have Wally, who I think we've seen one of in this playthrough and at least one in our Star Wars playthrough. Male archer, 40 years old. Let's see, incapable of animals, artistic, and plant work. Not ideal, but I mean, none of those are like deal breakers. He's steadfast, that's nice, and then slowpoke, not so nice, but again, not a deal breaker necessarily. Not very proficient in combat, nor does he have any potential, but he does have potential in medicine, cooking, construction, which would be helpful, mining, not very good, but could get there, and crafting, which is interesting, because we are going to need people that can craft. So both of those two would be nice, but again, not like end of the world if we lose out on them. And then we have Comerio, who's also male, 34, not incapable of anything, which is always nice, but he's not really as good as the other two. Fast learner though, and an optimist, so decent traits. Could become decent melee combat. We could also employ him in dealing with our plant stuff, which would actually be pretty helpful because Halleck right now is dealing with most of it and he should be doing research. And then has potential in art, which is not something I think anybody else is really touching on. So his role in our colony, if we're able to capture him, could be as sort of like a farmer and an artist. And I don't think those things would really get in the way of each other because you don't always need to be planting and harvesting. And, you know, whenever he's not doing that, he could be making art for us. And then he's also potentially a decent crafter as well, which again is something we're going to need a lot of because there's going to be a lot of things that we need to craft, and so we need a lot of different people doing it at the same time. So really, all three of these could be decent additions, and we'll see if we're able to get any of them. I wouldn't mind trying to get all three. I don't know how much luck we're going to have with orange. So I guess what we'll do is we'll try to capture all three of them, put them all in here with beds, and we'll see who we have the best chances of actually recruiting. Because she's at 91%, which doesn't make it seem like it's very likely that we'll make that happen. Alright, so it's time to draft people. I will draft... I'm going to draft everybody. Just in case. Zima, you're welcome to rest. Although you probably should have treated yourself first. Or had somebody treat you. You know what, Halleck, don't fight. Instead, yeah, tend to her. And use the herbal stuff. We have a lot of it, so I'm not worried if you waste a little bit. If it's going to stave off an infection or something. Let's see, Bragg. I wish we had more chunks nearby. Rush out that way. Remy, get out there as well. Whoa, 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 I didn't mean to do that. They're kind of coming up on us quick. Let's see, Bragg, yeah, get there. Remy, get here. Murgo, hustle out this way. Rosales, where are you? Oh, I don't think you're going to get here anytime soon. You know what? Yeah. Come down this way. Get some flanking fire on them. I don't like the idea of fighting them this close. Remy, do me a favor and melee attack Spider. We're going to try not to kill... Ooh, but you're getting pretty roughed up there. Alright. Incapacitated, that's what I want to see. Melee attack there. We'll do 2 melee attacks, and I need you to come down here and start firing at him. Where the hell are you? Oh, you're probably not going to make it. Come on, let's do this. What's it going to be? Alright, so he got killed. we're going to try to incapacitate you. Oh, and we killed you as well. So we did get Spider, at least. Who, I mean, honestly, of the three, I probably could have passed on Spider the most. The other two were more interesting. Or had more interesting potential. Let's see. Undraft you guys. You need to go get patched up. Remy, would you be so kind as to... Oh, we need a bed first, don't we? Alright, let's see. Furniture. Let's get a steel bed down in here. Since you are the closest, could you get that done like ASAP so that we can get somebody over there? Let's see, what kind of wounds do you have? A bunch of gunshots. I don't think any of those will be too severe though. How is that coming along? Done, okay. Right, so who's closest? Why don't you do the rescuing since you're already over here? Oh good, the psychic drone is ending. Okay, and you're gonna patch Bragg up. We're not using any medicine, okay. I guess that's fine. How is she doing? I think she'll be okay. That right hand is pretty nasty. I think she'll be alright though. You're digging a compacted steel. Remy, what are you doing? Okay, you're actually gonna go make some more blocks. Right. Oh, I prefer you not use that. Don't use it for the rest, I guess. Okay, good. She stopped using it. Well, we'll get her all patched up, and I'm curious if we chat and recruit 92%. So, not. I keep saying she for Spider because of the hair, but it's actually a male. There's just a fine meal sitting there. Does somebody want to eat that? Hold on. Can you do me a favor and haul it? I don't really care where. Just like get it under a roof or eat it. Yeah, even better. And we need to butcher that iguana. That's Bragg's job. Okay, so that's all patched up. Wait, what was that? Are you hungry or something? Why'd you eat raw food? Oh, because we have... Yeah, he hasn't been cooking, so there's no meals ready. I guess I can open one of these up. Or, I mean, you could have eaten that and given the prisoners raw food. He's gonna eat. How are we doing over here? It looks like they've done a little bit more of the other main wall. So that's good. He's gonna cut some more. I don't know why he goes... Oh, because he's already used up all the limestone there. Okay. Alright, so everybody is all healed up except for Spider, who is, I think, doing just fine. It's just gonna take a little while, but Zima and Bragg are all patched up. Bragg's back to cooking. I've gotten impatient with the gazelle, and I went ahead and killed one of them, and we're gonna hunt the other two. They can't leave the room, so it's kind of just a shooting gallery. But we're gonna go ahead and butcher them up and start making them into fine meals, especially since we've fallen behind on our food just a little bit. Not that we're out of, like, you know, raw food resources or anything. It's just that Bragg has been out of commission for a little bit and not cooking. More cargo pods. Wow. What do we get this time? Uranium. A bunch of uranium. Interesting. Well, we'll get that hauled, I guess. I think the jade is still floating around somewhere. Why is there a packaged survival meal just sitting out in the middle of nowhere? Oh, and there's a little bit more compacted steel there too. Or excuse me, machinery. Interesting. Well, we gotta make sure somebody grabs that. Is there anybody in that general area? Murgo, what are you doing? Cleaning up. Could you grab that? Because honestly, that would be an absolute waste. And did that come from ours? No, we still have 10, so that's... I don't know where that came from. Ah, Bragg, you're killing me, man. Go ahead and dump that off, but we need you to do me a favor and start butchering. Alright, now he'll start cooking properly. Okay, and we got a little bit more gazelle and iguana leather, which means really more cargo pods. Now I'm worried. It's giving me a bunch of goodies. Calma leaves. What are these for? That doesn't really help. It doesn't really help at all. I guess we'll get them hauled in. But I have no idea what they do. I think it's part of the 40k mod. I was playing around with it over here in the blighted area, but I never actually got the chance to like start growing them or anything because of the blight. But we have more. Let's see. I wonder if we have enough now. No, it's only 25. And then for the gazelle leather, we actually have quite a bit of that. So we could make like dog beds out of gazelle leather or something. I'd rather probably wait and just make them out of cloth though, because it's not like they need to be anything special. If we're gonna do anything with gazelle leather or whatever, I'd rather make like fancy chairs or something. Alright, so that meat went pretty far. Oh good, Mirko's cleaning up all the blood. We'll get bloody in here in a second because we're probably gonna drop another gazelle. I think we'll actually probably wait until tomorrow because he won't be able to start cooking it right away. I should forbid that. And how are we doing on construction? Zima's been working away here. I'm actually pretty impressed. She's building alone. Nobody's helping her. But she has knocked quite a bit out already. She's already starting to work on those bedrooms. Let's see. Honestly, I'm going to forbid those. I want people to eat the simple meals first. Alright, so we dropped another gazelle. We're going to turn that into meat and have Bragg start cooking it back up. And I'm going to need to find somewhere to store these. I guess it doesn't matter. He'll drop them out there and they'll get eaten first, so it's not that big a deal. We still have one gazelle running around. I left the youngest female alive last, just in case we decide to tame it or something. I don't think we'll have any luck. And I probably won't bother, but I just figured it would be worth trying. Also, what I'd like to do is, Zima, you're building right now. You're all the way over there. Remy, what are you doing? Can I get you to build that refrigerator real quick? I canceled the double one in here. I'm going to build a single one there and have him put the simple meals in it. That way we don't need to constantly feed the prisoners. They can just go get it themselves. Oh good, we got some milk, so that'll get us a few more. So let's see, storage, meals, only doing simple meals here. And that will be critical importance. And then let's see, -10, that's kind of overkill. We'll just set it to 0. But any simple meals that are produced should go in there. Up to 10, probably the same as these. Where did he go? Is he going to collect milk or something? I bet you he is. Yep, somebody left 15 milk sitting out there, and he didn't even grab the whole thing. That's frustrating. I wish they were a little bit more intelligent about the way they hauled things. How's Spider doing? No infections. She's starting to heal up. Unfortunately, she's even more difficult than Orange was. But we'll keep them both around. It's not like there's any shortage of rice for them to eat, so I'm sure eventually we will be able to recruit them. And if not, well, it's not like interesting. Oh, good. So people will be a little bit happier because there's an Aurora. And how is the construction coming along? Wow, she's moving through those bedrooms. I am impressed. Again, she's doing that all by herself. Why are you taking them the good stuff? Bragg, what are you doing? Oh, again, you're probably running out into the boonies to grab milk. And again, you didn't even take all of it. It looks like he'll be able to make a couple more of those, though. Because there's 8 milk over there. He only needs 5. And... yeah, I don't know. Oh, good. She's fully healed. Well, you guys can hang out with each other in there, and eventually we'll start stocking that fridge. Let's see. Rosales is just like hauling stuff, resting. He's like all over the place. I feel like those dogs have done nothing but sleep. At least they're properly fed. So it looks like Marble has rescue training 1. And Angus is done with rescue training. Okay, that's good. So I am very concerned here because we've gotten a string of cargo pod drops out of nowhere, none of which gave us anything particularly useful, but still, that's a positive event, I would say. And then we got that Aurora, which was also a positive thing. And now we have a Psychic Soothe. Again, another positive thing. So, I'm expecting the absolute worst coming here. I think we're going to get hit by one horrible thing after another following all this. Because we've just had too much good luck for too long. And I feel like things are about to take a very unpleasant turn. But we're going to go ahead and end the episode here. I will continue letting the clock run, or the timer run, or the game run, off camera and building stuff. Hopefully we can get this area finished, and then we'll add the doors and the roof and start moving our bedrooms into there so these guys can have their own private sleeping spaces. And, yeah, I'm not sure what we'll work on from there. We do need to get this built. We have the steel. There's more than 250 steel laying around there. I think the issue is the components. But we have 6 there. And, yeah, 4 there. So we have 10. They just need to actually get them where they need to be. And I'm sure, yeah, there's still plenty of compacted machinery that we haven't touched. In fact, I would wager that most of the stuff I've queued up hasn't been touched, yeah. In fact, none of it has. So... components will not be a problem. We just need to actually harvest the machinery. And eventually we'll start making our own just to, ensure that we have a steady supply, because obviously we can't rely on compacted machinery forever. But, yeah, let's go ahead and end it here. And I'll get Murgo to clean up all this blood and dirt. I'll have Zima keep building, and you know the rest. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.